Good evening. Hello, friends. Hello. Oh my. Oh my. I am so happy to be playing with all four of you people. You are wonderful humans, and this is fantastic. I hope everybody can hear and see the things. This is good. Adam J. Pearson, you do not get to just lurk. Anyways, so this is the final episode of From Us Came Dusk. Cheers to you all with your beverage of choice, whether that's water or anything else. That's not iced tea. This is our Dungeon World game using the Homebrew World hack of Dungeon World, just sort of a light overlay on some things. And we have been playing through a really fantastic, fun kind of science fantasy world. We spent 15 minutes before the game talking about cartoons because this is so cartoonish and I love it. Before we introduce the game itself in more detail, let's just do a quick round of intros. So I'm Kyle. I'll be the dragon manager this evening. I use he, him pronouns, and I play everybody that is not one of the player characters. So my characters don't have pronouns, but it's all of the pronouns. We'll start with Jimmy.
Oh, hello.
I wanted to do it specifically because I saw you drinking something. That's not why.
I'm Jimmy. I'm playing Lucius, the big cyborg troll scrap metal guy. He's a paladin, and he's big.
He's real big. How big is he?
On a scale of 1 to 10, he's about a 15.
Yeah. I think I think you determined that he was significantly north of 8 feet tall. Yeah.
North.
All right, going around, Jesse.
Hi, I'm Jessie. She, her pronouns. You can find me at Juice Moose. And I play Piper, the super helpful gnome who just wants to help everyone.
Piper is not a big girl, is she?
No, she's only 3 feet tall. But I am mature for my size.
Right. Yes. Not a child. Why do everybody keep calling her a child? Wasn't that the thing that you said at the beginning? Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm a child, but I'm not a child.
Right. Let's go to Forda.
Hi, I'm Forda. I use she, they pronouns. I'll be playing Luca, who uses he, they pronouns, and he's an interesting little mess. He's one part elf, one part dragon, and one part cloud, and he's a literal ball of anxiety.
Oh.
I love this boy, but, he needs to calm down.
And tell us, by the way, so that nobody watching thinks that there's some problem, they don't need to adjust their video. Can you talk about... You don't have to go to the in-character reasons. Just explain what that is very quickly, and we'll talk about the in-character stuff later.
I have some wires and some, alligator clips and some other bits of wire in my hair, and there will be explanations in-game, I promise.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. What's going on? I got something on my screen? Nope. That is, I see a USB cable, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Be.
If it fits. When we get to explaining the world, it'll make sense, and then when you explain which one of your character, it'll make even more sense. And then finally, Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me at Cole Moriel on Twitter.
And tonight, I'm going to be playing Nettle, a really tiny imp ranger. And she has lots of branches in her hair, so I put some in my hat and stuff.
Oh. And she has...
5.
She's an imp with antlers instead of horns, right?
I have antlers, and hoofs, and a fawn tail, and bat wings.
Oh, that's right, the bat wings. Yeah, I'll do another quick show of character art real quick. How about that, y'all? Just so we can people can see what's going on. So that's Nettle. Wait, no, that's not Nettle. This is Nettle. That's Nettle. That's just amazing, fantastically drawn. It's so good.
Oh, her colors are so perfect too.
I know, right? And then for anybody wondering we talked about Piper. Let me show Piper real quick. She's short. She's fun. Yeah, I guess, is your lipstick matching her hair? Is that the thing?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I get it.
Get it? Got it. Good.
Right. And she's like a forest healer, cleric sort of person, right?
Yeah, and I like to collect different twigs and branches and stuff, especially the ones that Nettle gives me, and I like to put them in my hat.
Fantastic.
Sometimes my hat gets a little heavy, but that's okay.
And then, as noted, Luca, one part elf, one part dragon, and one part cloud. Cloudy bits in there. It's fantastic.
Leggy.
I love. Well, I tried to make a little bit of allusions to what might be going on with him with some things that we had, but I think we have left the vaults and not going to get to delve into that. But suffice to say that those AIs in the vaults using dragonkin form was not an accident. There was that was specifically for Luca. He is more important than he knows.
Uh-oh.
No, in all the best ways. In all the best ways. And then finally...
The big boy.
I like big boys.
The big boy.
He is the biggest of the boys.
Lucius is so great.
That is a big boy. For sure. Yeah, Troll Cyborg Paladin with just like bits of scrap metal and weird tech grafted into him. Is that right, Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, the group sketch.
Yes.
Yes, all of our friends here together. Thank you, Cole, for doing this
I'll
one.
finish that at some point.
I know, right? The heart.
I feel like that's me with like most of my art. I'll finish that.
Cole, that's every artist
Ever.
Like, legit, Da Vinci did not finish the Mona Lisa for the longest time. He just carried it around with him.
My son gave me a birthday present of his painting today, and honestly, I think he just got to the end of the school day because he gave me...
That looks so
Oh, it's beautiful.
He's a budding young artist with a lot of painting. But anyway, yeah, the not being done thing. Okay. Oh, y'all, they didn't see that on camera. I'll show it real quick. Oops, I forgot that I was still... There we go. This is... Right, there we go.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. He was doing Jackson
That's
Pollock
kind
kind of thing in class. All right. So, we are finishing up the battle to save reality, and that's not an exaggeration, like, at all. So, very quick review. We're in this world where, like I said, it's a mix of the fantastic because we have gnomes and trolls and imps and elves and dragons, and the technological because this takes place some many years after some sort of apocalypse, which now we know what it was, but at the beginning we didn't know what it was. And there are what people thought are ghosts, but are actually robots with hologram bodies, and there are trees where the undergrowth are computer cables, much like the ones in Luca's hair. There are trees with faces, but those faces are like printed circuit boards. There are... last week, y'all came up with some good stuff. Last week, we said that there were like magical warforged birds, bioluminescent groves with neon green ferns, some sort of a well or fountain that was overgrown by organic circuitry. So those are the kind... So if you like... Yeah, I think the touchstones that I've gone to a bunch of times are, if you're thinking about like Breath of the Wild or Horizon Zero Dawn, Zendikar. I didn't realize at the time until I watched She-Ra Princess of Power this weekend, and I was like, that's the thing too? Yeah, it all fits. So that's the thing here. What's happening now is they're trying to stop these extrusions and secretions of chaos ichor into the world that is unraveling reality. and they found last week that this is all. Oh yeah, you missed Cole. It was a lot of fun. It was. We missed you.
I feel like I missed so much during my nap.
Yeah, you
Tried to
know.
wake up. You didn't wake up.
And I was so dizzy.
Well, that was because. Oh, and part of the reason that you were dizzy is because you all got teleported to about 6 feet above a lake and then plunged down into the water.
Oh my god.
And
How did I sleep through that?
You were safe, all packaged up nice.
you need more coffee.
Oh,
That's what.
good. Coffee?
Coffee.
It's got beans in it.
You found that Agumur, the great worm of chaos, had turned their attention to our world. And while you stopped their first chaos invasion, and you sort of mitigated the second one by the Ichor is still growing, but you removed its ability to cause reality to disappear. Now Agumur has chosen to. They have informed you that they're going to your home village of Ikal and destroy that to ensure that you no longer can impede their rapid invasion. So we're gonna go to Luca, and I think we decided that probably Nettle was probably going with Luca while... But you can certainly change that. That was just what we kind of assumed. While Lucius
I have to
and
protect Luca. Yeah, that
Piper...
makes sense.
Right, you were just kind of not leaving Luca on their own while he goes back to Viora Town. Is that right? Yes?
Yep.
And the other two were heading back to Ikal to see what's going on there. So, to get this out of the way, let's first look at Luca and Nettle as they are rushing to Viora Town. Luca, what's going on with all of this?
So while we were on our way, I had a map, and all I needed to do was find the road. But I was just charging along, and then there was this ledge, and then there was those trees again, and they were mean, and one of them threw me, and I lost the road again, but I saw it for a moment. And I lost my last bit of supplies as bribe for something else that I'm not really sure what it was. I think Nettle got a better look at it than I did. I was mostly covering my eyes.
What did y'all run into that got... Nettle, what was it you ran into that got Luca so scared?
Well, I think, I'm still coming out of a nap a little bit, but, I think we ran into, if I'm remembering right, it was I don't know. It was it had butterfly wings, but they were shimmery, and they looked like holograms. And I tried to hit it, my hand went through it, but they were still flying. But then the middle part was the part of the butterfly. It was all of those roots and things, but it was all conglomerated into this weird thing, and it had these things that were watching us.
The
They were
voice
super creepy.
kills
Chameleon
me.
eyes watching us. It was not cute. I didn't like it.
They didn't point the same way.
They didn't point the same way.
So they didn't point the same way. They were... Yeah. So, you make it to Viora Town. Luca, since you've last been here, this place has taken a downturn. It's...
Oh no.
Yeah. So first of all, how long would you say since the last time you were in this city?
I don't know. I was going to say a couple months, but to be fair, my idea of time isn't that great. Sometimes it goes longer or shorter than I thought it did.
All right. As you go in, you were used to this being sort of a safe place. They had a city watch. Everything was sort of orderly. And now it seems kind of lawless. The city watch is nowhere to be seen. What is something else that you see? Tell me something else that tells you that this place is not the safe, orderly place it once was.
Well, the clock tower looks like it hasn't been tended to in a little bit. And in fact, it looks like somebody took the arms off the clock face and ran away with them.
Wow, that is rough. I have a question, Nettle. Have you ever been to Viora Town before?
Yeah, Saoirse and I came once, and they had these really good pastries, but looking over that way, I don't think the pastries are there anymore.
Yeah, I think that shop it's got some kind of like electrical tape over the windows. Yeah, it's all kind of boarded
Saoirse,
up.
it doesn't look like we're gonna be getting any pastries.
So, Viora, Luca, where is it that you were headed here in Viora to get help? What kind of help are you looking for?
Oh, I was headed to well, first I was going to head to the scholars den. That's what they call it. It's more of a somebody's house, and it got repurposed to be the landing pad for all the eggheads in town. We don't really have a proper school, but like down the hall you'd have wizards and then bards on the other side of the hall, and they'd get into arguments sometimes that were funny. But I don't know that they're actually in the same spot anymore.
You know, let's put that to the die of fate.
Take a chance, roll the dice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well done, Cole. All right. The die of fate says... No, they're still there.
Awesome! Great, because they have this little sign outside the door that's got a sphinx on it. They wanted to call it the Sphinx's Rook, but like that got voted out.
I kind of like that name.
So it's not the Sphinx's Rook. Okay, but the sign is still there. As you go in, you see this whole agglomeration of people, and they turn to you and they're very worried. And one of them steps forward. This person actually looks not entirely unlike Nettle. They're sort of a fairy person, not an imp though, right? But a fairy. They've got kind of the wings and all of that, but the kind of gossamer type wings, and they fly up to you, Luca, and they say, "We knew you were in Icall. Are you safe? We heard about it."
No, Icall is not safe. Bad stuff's afoot.
That's what we heard. Right, that's where the watch went.
Oh, what? Oh.
We got a call for help. I don't know that they're there yet, so you're safe. Okay, well, it's good that you're staying here to be safe.
No, I was hoping to find more help.
Wait, you want to go there?
I can't just sit around here and do nothing.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, I was kind of unconscious for a little while, but it's looking a little rough out there.
We heard about these entropy swarms.
Is that what we're
What?
calling them? Hey, Luca, is that what we're calling them?
That's not what I was calling them.
What, you've seen? I don't know if you've seen these.
Probably not. Then I've not heard of them before. Or maybe I have, and I just don't remember.
No, they're like these big blue, black, glittering things that are just disintegrating everything.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those, but they're doing similar thing to what we ran into. They're these things, these gooey, nasty, awful things, and they come from this sky worm, and it's like all those old stories from before the fall, and it's awful.
Skyworm.
It's corrupting my forest.
And everything else.
Well, what is it you think you can do? Why are you here?
Well, I was hoping somebody could decipher these, and I pull out the biological information we got from the first vault.
So they take it, they look at it, and they say, I think we still have something that can read this. And they go into the back, into this lab, and like half of the lab is this kind of traditional wizardry and alchemy sorts of things, and the other half has like Tesla coils and dangerously close to computer screens and all of that, and you would think that you wouldn't want a Tesla coil near any of that stuff, but there it is. And they start downloading the schematics. They look through it and they tell you, this is a treasure trove of biological data over This must be hundreds of years.
Well, that's kind of what Isaacs. That's what he said.
Who?
But Isaacs, I think that was his name. The AI in the vault.
The what?
It'd be great site research, if we can secure it.
So what do we need to do? How can we help you?
Well, I was hoping maybe we could work out some magic or find a special sword or gun or something. I don't know.
There's nothing in the gesturing to the data thing. There's nothing in there that says, "Hey, here's a step-by-step how to stop this."
No,
Nothing like
probably
that?
not. It's just biological stuff.
Here's the
Well-
manual.
Well,
Oh,
while y'all are
that's not what
thinking
I
about
wanted.
while y'all are thinking about that and chewing on that, let's cut over now to Lucius and Piper. Have rushed. It's fine. As you rush towards iCall, you can see above the village a highly localized electrical storm. Right? The rest of the sky is blue and beautiful, but right there you see these dark swirling clouds and lightning coming out and debris and all of that. And as you get closer, you can see people fleeing the village. Like just the residents just streaming out as fast as they can. What do you do?
I would look for my mentor healer, Mirka, and I'm looking around. She's a gnome like me, but she's a little. She looks like a mom. She's really motherly. She wears like lots of layers. That's why I wear lots of layers because it looks really comfy, and she has bright blue hair. I have pink hair, so I guess it might be normal for us gnomes. But she would know where the supplies are, and we need some holy oil, some sacred oil.
Yeah.
And
it's important I find her.
All right, give me a discern realities check then.
What is that? 2 plus wisdom?
Yes.
7, 8, 9.
All right, you can ask one of those questions. What happened here? What's about to happen?
Wait, could I? Oh no, I can't assist after a roll. Never mind.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of in advance. But hang on to that because I'm sure you're going to be doing something helpful. Which of those questions do you want to ask, Piper?
Wait, could you read out the...
What happened here recently? What's about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who or what is really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be?
What here is useful or valuable to me?
Okay, so the thing is that it's super chaotic right now in a lot of different ways. Chaotic. But one of those ways is that there's just a stream of people going by, and from afar, in the middle of the town, near where that statue that you mentioned before is of your deity, you see your mentor, but they are sort of surrounded by these floating things, these small, I say small, like maybe about your size, sort of terrifying looking chaotic motes. They are kind of this blue and black, kind of sparkling, and you can see that when they float up to an object like a bench, and something reaches out from it and touches it, and the bench just fades out of existence.
Mirka!
So what do you do? You see this as well, by the way, Lucius.
Yeah. Do I?
Go ahead. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
We lost Forta.
Oh, well, I didn't get people back in the right place, but that's okay. Give me a
Oh
second.
no.
They were having internet trouble earlier, I
Yeah.
had mentioned.
Yes.
Luca?
Uh,
Oh God.
Blinks out of existence.
Luca got consumed by the chaos.
Right?
Does that mean I'm next?
You might be.
Well, I guess it's better me than Saoirse. Saoirse, if I get eaten by the chaos, you know what to do.
Should I just go ahead?
Yeah, y'all go ahead. At least
Okay.
it's not the person in the scene.
Jimmy, do you want to go first, and then I'll say what I?
Sure, I want to see if is my monastic order doing anything. Like, are they trying to help in any way, or are they not to be seen?
No, you saw several of them helping escort some of the refugees out. And, yeah, I think you probably see a few of them fighting with these things.
Okay, then I guess I'll go up. I'll go like join the fight, but you can do your thing first.
I was going to cast Holy Weapon.
Okay. Well, give us that cast a spell. Let's see what happens.
Oh my god. Well, mark experience for me. That is a 6.
Oof.
Okay.
Do you have any experience to?
I
make-
do. I'll spend one to turn into a 7.
Okay. All right. So you were casting your spell. So what happens on a 7 to 9?
My divine power weakens. I take a -1 penalty to cast a spell. I lose the spell after it's cast. I'm going to say my divine power weakens because the big statue is currently being swarmed by celestial void blobs.
Celestial void blobs. Yeah. Okay. So that means you take a -1. Is that what happens?
Yes.
Okay, -1. I'm going to cast a spell until you can redo whatever. And so you were casting spiritual weapon. Okay, so what happened, or sacred weapon, whatever that is. What happens when you cast it? Tell us about that.
So my spiritual weapon, because part of us being clerics is we also make like ointments and things from the forest, is a big old frying pan, and I'm going to tangle this and just run in with a big pink, kind of holographic looking, but still magical frying pan. And
All right.
I'm going to try and I'm jumping up and I'm swatting at the void chaos, the voids.
The entropy
The voids.
swarms. Yes.
The entropy swarms.
I think we might have them back, kind of, sort of. That's good. Does that make an attack roll? How does that work? Tell me.
So I gain advantage on damage rolls, and I now have disadvantage on cast a spell.
And you have -1 of that anyway. Welcome back, Luca.
Yay!
They're frozen. But they're here. Yep.
Can't be it.
Probably internet's still taking a minute to recover.
See me one.
Okay.
All right. So let me take a look here. So you're just making an attack now that you've done that? Is that what that does?
Yes, I'm going to go for the one that's nearest to Mirka,
Okay.
and try and whap it away because I need her.
Okay. So yeah, give me. Oh, the weapon you cast holy weapon. So
Yes.
your weapon is holy.
Oh, yes. Sure.
All right. So you're going to run up. Yeah. So that's pretty good. That just lets you do more damage. So give us a hack and slash roll. 2d6 plus strength.
with advantage.
No, you
right?
have advantage on the damage.
On the damage. Okay. 2d6. It's another 6. I'm going to spend some more experience.
Okay. All right. So when that happens,
I'm not rolling so hot.
your maneuver works mostly. You're going to deal damage but suffer their attack. So now this damage you roll with advantage. So you roll 2d6 and just use the higher of the two.
Okay. It's a 5.
5. Yeah, one of them, you have this magical frying pan in your hand, and you just ka-chow! And you see, you don't feel anything as your frying pan passes through it. Like, physically, there's nothing there. You see it, though, sort of lose some consistency, and it's still there, but now it's kind of flickering in and out with those scan lines.
We lost Luca again.
Luca's having troubles. It's bad. That's no fun. I know. And they had mentioned they were having difficulties earlier with their internet. Lucius, what are you doing as this is happening?
I guess I am. So I'm joining the fight with the other paladins, I guess. Or
You tell me. Are you helping where Piper is, or are you running off to a different fight?
I'm. Is the monastic order? Are they like where Piper would be?
I think they're spread around the city doing some fighting.
I think
The town,
I think I might go to. Oh, this is a good idea. I'm gonna go to my mom. Who?
What?
Yeah. I was born into the monastic order, let's say, and she's just a full robot.
This explains a lot, actually. Lucius's mother
Yeah.
is a robot, but she's a robot paladin.
Yeah, she's like head of the order.
Oh, okay. We got a Satil Shan thing going on here. Okay.
So I guess I'm like, I see where she is fighting, and I'm going to fight alongside her. I guess.
Okay. You're just fighting whatever she's fighting?
Yeah, I say like, hello. What's her name? Fuck.
What is her name?
My name is Titania Lucius. Her name should be.
I mean, don't you just call her mom?
No.
Oh! Oh, that's even more interesting.
Lady Ophelia? I don't know if that's.
Oh, that's not a thing at all. Yes, Lady
Yeah.
Ophelia. Okay, so you run up.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of some kind of like something that sounds like Titania in that sort of like fashion.
So she's fighting with one of these things. What do you do?
Lady Ophelia, I'm here to provide aid, and I'm going to like. She's like fighting this monster, and as she like looks towards me, I'm going to just like smite it, before it like gets an attack on her.
Okay. Give me a roll. Give me your hack and slash or whichever roll you're making at advantage to count for her aid.
Okay. So my highest. So
Your highest 2.
yeah, my highest was a 3 and a 2, so 5 plus strength 6. I'm going to spend an XP.
Y'all are just burning through that XP. Okay, this is a 7.
Okay. When you strike, I deal my damage and then pick one. Deal an extra D6. Ignore armor. Suppress one of its unnatural powers, or force it from its host. I think I'm going to. What kind of powers is it like doing during this battle? Is it like using its powers to any kind of advantage?
You have so there's 2 things that you have observed. First of all, you see it kind of untethering objects from this plane. But also, as you get close to it, you get pretty dizzy because it's like space itself is warped around it. So you get closer and straight lines look curved and things, you're having trouble focusing on what's far away and what's near.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to suppress one of its unnatural powers, and I'm going to like try to ground reality.
Okay.
And also I rolled a 9 for damage.
Okay. All right. So
I like swing with my axe, and like when like the air kind of moves as I slice through it, the air that kind of like expounds over it kind of like stabilizes the sort of general area.
Right, because that thing just shrinks to a singularity and disappears. And local space-time where you are kind of, it like rubber bands for a second, boing, and now you are, everything is back to where it should be. One thing that we left hanging, because I wanted to see what Lucius was doing, was when Piper hit the entropy swarm where she got a 7. So it reaches out to you with its entropic touch. And this ignores armor if you have any. And does 3 points of damage to Piper as it's trying to untether her from this reality.
Oh, I also want to say because I rolled a 7, I do also take harm.
Oh, that's fair.
I forgot that.
Yes, you take similarly 4 damage, ignoring armor.
Okay.
All right, so y'all are fighting this thing, and you see way above you just swarms of them descending. We're going to cut back now to Luca and Piper while y'all see that and think about what you're going to do. Luca and Nettle, sorry. Luca and Lucius get me confused and gets everything else turned around. You cool, Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure that you're not like getting whirled around in a hurricane or something.
Oh, no.
Okay, so what are you two? You're back there. You're looking through this thing. Luca, you're kind of investigating this stuff, right? You're kind of like looking at the data as it's coming through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of trying to reference with like trees that we've protected and preserved.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Let's do this. Give me an intelligence roll at advantage. Kind of, you're spouting lore, but you're not just including your accumulated knowledge. You're cross-referencing with the data that you have there at the Scholar's Den.
Alrighty.
11, 12, 13.
All right. So yes, I will tell you something interesting and useful and relevant about the subject. As you're going through this data, and it's filling in some gaps. It's filling in a lot of gaps, actually. There's more data in terms of biology. There's more data on this one little thing, in terms of historical biology, than your friends ever have had.
Well,
but you're also filling in some gaps back in that. Oh, we lost them again.
Luca, you need to stop disappearing like this.
I know, it's like Luca's the one flickering in and out of reality. We're going to put a pin in that one, because I know what we're going to say, and come back. You other two,
Yes,
Lucius
the
and
ones in
Piper.
danger.
Yes. The ones in
Sorry.
immediate danger. You see a swarm. They're not just on the village. They're just kind of like flowing out. And you see the face of Agumor, that faceless, eyeless worm. And as you do, it's odd because no matter where you look, it's like when you see a picture that no matter what angle you see it from looks exactly the same. It's like geometry isn't right where it is. What do you do?
I'm going to yell up at it, leave us alone!
I think I am debriefing Lady Ophelia about what I've learned.
Okay.
I feel like, because I'm not sure they have a complete grasp of the situation at hand, or like the totality of it,
Okay.
or like what these things are.
Right. So you're kind of giving her the background of what you've learned over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
are you asking her to do anything? Are you?
I guess I will ask her if she has any sacred oil on her.
Yeah. She ducks. She grabs your arm, ducks into a nearby building where they've kind of have some supplies stacked up, and yes, they have barrels of the stuff.
Ooh, great. I have a question.
You don't have to
Is-
parley because they have no reason to resist what you want.
Is the sacred oil explosive?
Yes. We determined last time that it's basically like blessed WD-40. So explosive, it's at least flammable.
Yeah.
And anything that's flammable is explosive if you flame it enough. That's what I think.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's actually true, but in this reality it is.
So I think you guys know where I'm kind of going with this.
Yeah, I totally know where you're going with this, but there's a
Okay.
whole village here.
Yeah, but also people are fleeing for their lives,
That's true.
and I think risking burns are more acceptable than risking reality coming undone.
I mean,
And also, like, I don't. While Lucius is somebody who would take priority over people's well-being, I think he's also a person who is very single-minded, focused, and like, we have to just stop this thing.
We have determined that he's definitely got the hustle. When he sees like an enemy or whatever, he just takes off and he just runs back and forth. No, that's for sure. He is Kool-Aid Man, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess my cat is sneezing. Sorry. Piper, do you want to do something before I do my thing?
you go.
Well,
do
Piper's fighting with two spawns
Okay.
right now, so yeah.
I'm
Just
I'm
in-
wielding a
Just
magical.
in hand-to-hand, pan-to-hand, pan to swarm combat. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll be carrying out the barrels then, like probably 2 barrels at a time. It's like
So I would like for you to defy danger with intelligence, because stakes are very high, danger is looming, and you are enacting a clever plan. This is clever as hell.
Mhm.
Let's see how well that's going to work.
Also, you saying I'm panhandling a swarm, I feel like I need to change my holy weapon to one of those electric fly swatters.
okay. I've rolled an 8.
Roll.
5 plus 2 plus 1.
Yuki.
Okay, you're setting them up, but you see the sacred oil. You see it leaking out of some of the barrels, and it's all around your feet, and it's even kind of over near Piper, and some of it splashes into her clothes, and y'all are not fully soaked, but some of this flammable oil is in you now.
Yeah. Piper,
Yes.
don't stick around. It's going to be very dangerous here. I say as I like put the barrels down. I notice that they're leaking everywhere.
Oh, what about you?
Don't worry about me. I've got this.
I'm definitely gonna worry about you.
Make sure that everybody else gets out of here safely.
Okay.
I will be fine. I'm big. I am strong.
Okay.
So
and I'm going to.
there are these two are still fighting with you. There, Piper. What do you do?
Can I run?
You can you can certainly try.
I want to. I want to throw. Can I throw and run?
You tell me. What do you? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do whatever you want to do. We'll roll.
Okay. I want-
So to be clear, for the people who are watching, you know this already. Because we talked about it. In these games, when we roll, what we're really doing is we're seeing who gets to kind of control what happens in the fiction, more or less. If you get a 10 plus, you do within the realm of that move. If you get a 6 minus, I do. And if it's 7 to 9, kind of it's in the middle.
Okay.
So you can do whatever. We'll just roll for it.
I just want to remind you that you do have sacred oil on your clothes. It did splash on you.
So I'm going to just rip my clothes off and wave them at the sacred, at the.
I don't have mature content turned on. So yeah.
Um.
Okay. So are you?
I'm gonna throw my frying pan at. If there's one close to me, I'm just gonna try and like charge through.
There's
it.
the one that you hit a minute ago, that's
Okay.
damaged but not gone, and there's another one that's not damaged.
The one that's not damaged, I want to hurl my frying pan at it.
All right. That's
Just like hammer throw it.
right. That is a volley. Let's get a 2d6 plus dex.
Woo! Hey, that is infinitely better. Oh my goodness. Hang on. It is it's a 10. Right? Yes.
Wow! Boy, that came in at the right time because yeah. Deal damage. You just deal your damage. But you have advantage on your deal damage because this is your only
do.
weapon.
That's a 6.
And that one, even more than the other one, now they both have these scan lines going through them. The one that you just hit more than the other, like it's barely staying present here. And you get the feeling that with one more solid hit, you could. Well, that's the thing. You've been throwing stuff at them, you've been hitting them. They are significantly weakened, but they are still present. Now you want to try to run? Is that the thing?
Yes, I'm going to. I've got like an apron, I've got the skirt apron part of my outfit. I just want to pull it over my face and charge through because I'm covered in sacred oil.
That is fantastic, and I dig it. If you're just going to power through, that's going to be defy danger with strength, I think. Or you could do it with dex, but it would be more about just trying to run quickly and less about trying to just power past them.
I'm gonna do dex because I'm only 3 feet tall. I'm not.
Okay, so maybe you kind of like sliding under them. All right, let's see what that looks like. Let's get that roll, and we'll see.
Come on, dice. Oh my gosh, where did you come from? That's a 9.
That's a 9.
It's a 9.
I think you can slide past them, but probably. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's what's going to happen. You're going to slide past them, but you were kind of going to be running past your holy weapon. You're going to have to leave that weapon behind
Okay.
for you to make it past these things.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's the thing. You take off they're blocking. It's on the other side of them, and you realize you're not going to be able to get past them. You're not going to be able to power through it. You're going to have to just turn around and run the other way very, very quickly. And you're just.
And like anyone I'm passing, I'm just urging them to go, 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 go.
Right. Go, go, go. Yeah, no. Probably you're helping some of the smaller or folks who are having more difficulty get past. That's great. Back to Lucius. What are you doing?
I guess I set down like more barrels. Do I see a clear path out, or
Let
Like,
us.
is there a way I could do like the line of oil?
Oh yeah. I think that covers part of your clever plan.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like
I
you're
can.
like kind of like a line to use as sort of like a fuse, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I think you can be doing that. Um, you're trying to do it quickly,
Yeah.
so um,
What should I roll?
I think that you are I think this is going to be a defined danger, and I think that you have a choice. You can either be trying to do it quickly and do it with Dex, or you can be very not careful, but very kind of thoughtful about how you place it, and do it with intelligence. And depending on what you roll, if you succeed, you succeed. But if you
Yeah.
fail, what you roll will kind of depend what kind of consequences you might have.
Yeah. I'll say Dex
Okay.
because it is my worst stat, but I feel like it is the most appropriate.
All right.
Uh, oh, 6, 7. I got an 8.
All right.
Yay!
Yeah. So you are able to quickly just kind of get through.
Mhm.
And you are now just outside of the village. Um, but there's a consequence.
Yes.
And that consequence is you see that Lady Ophelia is locked in combat with 4 of them, and she's going to be stuck in the village.
Fuck. Fuck.
Oh.
Trying to see if I have anything.
Piper, while he's looking at that, Piper, what are you doing besides gnocchi?
Gnocchi wrangling. I am going to go through. My training is overtaking me, and yes, I'm worried about Lucius, but I want to go through and like if anyone needs healing or is injured or looks rough, like this is what I became a cleric for. I need to help them. This is why I am part of a servant of insert goddess's name here, who I never came up with.
I don't remember. Yeah, I thought there was a thing, but I don't remember now what it was. Yeah, okay.
Call her the mother. She's the mother.
Right. No, I think this is definitely you're trying to help them. You're still in a pretty dangerous position. So I sorry, I was just looking to see if Florida was back yet. Man, I feel bad for them. They were really having
Yeah.
some internet challenges. All right. So I would say
If we're still in danger, then I can also do something else.
well, no. You can either. I mean, I was going to just default to defy danger, but if you have a thing
Okay.
that you can do that kind of models what you were just doing, yeah, let's see what that is. There's a cleric thing or whatever.
I mean, I could cast. I could cast. Excuse me. Can you not? No, this is not playtime.
Gnocchi wants attention.
He is crazy. Hang on, one moment.
It's all right. It's just one of those nights.
I could cast Sanctuary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you won't. No one. They won't be able to see you.
Yeah.
You'll be. They'll be basically. So yeah, that will be the thing. If you succeed on this, remember you have
I have -1
to cast a spell. But if you succeed, they literally just won't be able to see you.
Yes, and everyone in town will be safe.
So when you it says walk a perimeter. What is the perimeter you're trying to do? Because that's going to kind of define maybe how long it feels like it takes.
Oh god, I'm not good at spatial awareness.
Ish. Are you talking about an immediate area like a house? You talking about the whole village?
I mean, the village is big. I am going to. say I want to find like maybe the group of like if there's like I'm assuming if it's me and I'm fleeing, like all the children would be like kept together, and like children and elderly. I want
Okay.
so like a house.
Okay, so like the people that weren't able to easily move.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so let's get that. Let's get that roll.
I'm so stressed.
If we have
Come on,
Florida back,
We have Florida back. Florida, may your return bring me luck. I got an 8, which
Okay.
is bad.
Are you in a car?
I am. I had to drive someplace to get better reception.
You are so
Been that
dedicated.
Dedication.
That is commitment.
Oh wow.
Hey, I intend to see this through.
Wow.
It's been that kind of day, though.
I understand. But that is amazing. Props to you for that. So we're going to come right back to... Actually, Piper, let's do this real quick, and then we're going right back to Luca.
Okay.
Piper, you've got... You're casting a spell. That's after your -1. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Do you want to take another -1, lose the spell, or put yourself in a spot?
I'll lose the spell.
Okay, I think you're probably not going to want to cast that one again, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think the one and done, like, I've done...
That's fair. This is... Your goddess is saying, this is the place that we're protecting. She's not protecting any place else. It's this one. And what happens is that one of those spawn rushes past you. They touch the building. Their little intricate touch touches the building. And the building itself kind of just fades out, like in those bad 80s movies where, you know, it was like flickering between the green screen. But all the people are still there, and the swarm just moves on. Okay, Luca, you had gotten a success on your spout lore.
Yeah.
With getting help from the data and whatnot. Here's what happens. Sorry, I'm fixing your camera so we can see your face now. There we go. Okay. What the data tells you as you are filling in a few gaps there is you determine that the way to anchor this plane solidly is with those arrogant trees. They are the secret. They are what will... The worm can't undo them. It's those roots that they have keep everything together. In other words, the forest is the defense against the worm itself.
I told you so!
I mean, you did. I need to be sure.
Oh, sorry. No, I got really excited because, like, the forest is really special to me and stuff. Also, I'd like to say that after Luca, like, bamfed out a couple times, I'm now, like, latched on to their leg trying to keep them here.
Aww.
Don't leave me, I don't know how to get back.
So with this information, what do you do?
Okay. So, considering, like, we'd gotten a general vibe with that last time, and I wanted to confirm it, and I just did.
And now you know that it's not just nature, but it's specifically the trees.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna look down at Nettle, and I'm just gonna be like, you're good at talking to the trees, right?
Yeah, they're my friends.
We gotta convince them to fight the Skyworm.
Oh, I can try.
Or at least convince them to take a stand and push him out. Like, make him stop, because they're the only ones that can.
Okay. Is there a specific tree? Any tree? All the
Just all of
trees?
them. Any of them. There's a bunch near I call, right?
Yeah. I actually know the perfect tree.
But now you're kind of far away from iCall. Remember, you went to Viora Town, which I think we determined was a few hours away.
Yeah.
I want to test something.
Okay.
I want to, I kind of want to walk just outside Viora town, and I want to go to the nearest tree, and I want to do a little bit of digging, and I want to take a look at the roots. Are they cables?
It's not the undergrowth around the trees is what's the cables. I think is what we determined. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I remember incorrectly, we think we determined it's
Yeah,
it's
like
sort
the
of.
roots and stuff.
But what I think what you had told me before is the roots themselves weren't the cables, right? This was all the stuff that kind of grows around the base of the tree, right? The grass and the vines and some of the roots might be kind of technical, but there's some kind of woody roots as well.
I'm gonna give it a tap, 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 and
Hello,
I'm trying.
fleshy little one.
Hi. So, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I wanted to ask my mom, but she's way back in a different direction. I don't know if you know her. But, she's the really tall ancestor tree. At least that's what I was told. And,
We know of this ancestor.
okay, well, that's one of my moms, I think. I don't really remember. It's been a while. But there's this big worm thing, and you guys might be the answer to it.
No mites, they're definitely the answer.
You're definitely the answer. Can you help us fight off the big scary worm thing?
You see, so the face of this tree, and man, if anything is non-binary, it would be a plant. They have this their faces themselves are like they're much like the little circuits that we see in the nameplates here in the overlay, right? They're just like that. It crinkles its brow, and it asks you. You ask the trees to go to war. And it turns to you, Luca. Because Luca, you had just said no, they're definitely the ones. Why do you ask us to go to war for you fleshy creatures?
Less for us and more for the forest. Because if it takes everything, there's nothing left.
You see that tree kind of stand up on its roots and turn back to you, Nettle.
I want to reach up, and I used to do this with my mom, and I want to put my hand on the center of the tree, and what happens with my mom, I don't know if it'll happen here, but it was kind of almost like a hug, like I'd put my hand on and the bark would open up and roots would come out and hug me.
Can you defy danger with with charisma? I said charm because of CHA. That is very charming. 2d6 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay, 2d6. That's a 10.
Nice.
Nice. You pull it off as well as one could hope. So here's what happens. The tree I mentioned was like literally standing up on its roots, has lifted off of the ground. And you see the other trees around it do the same thing. And it tells you, yes, today the forest shall fight.
Oh, thanks.
And there's another tree near where Luca is standing, and both the tree to whom Nettle is speaking and the one near Luca, they reach out with their computer cable roots. They're standing on kind of their woodsy natural roots. And yeah, what kind of was their mouth kind of opens up like our mouths would, and they literally just take both of you and stuff them into their mouths. We're going to cut back real quick to Lucius and Piper.
Okay.
Lucius, your mom is stuck in the middle of the village that you've now soaked in flammable sacred oil. What do you do?
I'm
a terrible person.
Do I see the sanctuary? That Piper
Yeah, I think you can see over to the side. You can see where this house dissipated, and she's there. And oddly, Piper looks pleased about it because there's all these people sitting there: old people, sick people, people who just couldn't move for whatever reason. And Piper's like, but you see the entropic swarm kind of moving out from there.
Will the sanctuary protect it from the explosion?
No, I was hoping we were a decent distance away.
Okay.
Yeah, what the sanctuary did was protect them from being. They are effectively invisible to these extraplanar creatures.
Yes,
Okay.
but I wouldn't make the sanctuary in the middle of like explosion territory.
Okay. Is it too much to ask for to have like a timed fuse of some sort?
Ooh. Well, I guess so. You say timed fuse. That it's really however long it's going to take to burn that oil, right?
Yeah, but I'm standing here and something that will start the fire, like will actually start a light after a set amount of time, and then start the trail.
What you're saying is we didn't start the fire. Never mind. Okay. Sorry. I'm just being a stupid 90s nerd. Don't worry. So, yeah, I think that you could do that, but you're going to kind of have to rig something up.
Yeah.
So, could you defy danger with intelligence?
Yeah.
Because the stakes are super high because now it's not just all of reality, but dude, it's your mom.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it's your mom.
Well, I got a 6.
That's...
Okay, so as you are fiddling with this thing, you're trying to get this sort of delayed ignition device going. You drop it, and it sets off the actual fuse, and it's starting to burn.
I am going to run. I am running for my mom.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my god!
As you are taking off into what's about to be a blazing holy inferno. So Luca and Nettle, you effectively did what is basically tree stride. You both come out of portals, as it were, kind of openings in the ancestor tree immediately, like you were just transported there. And you look up, and now the entire forest, I don't mean the forest beasts as well, but the actual forest itself is on the march towards Icall, which is not terribly far away now.
Is the ancestor tree we were teleported to, is it the one that I know?
Yes. Your voice is killing me, and I'm going to cry.
I give it a really big hug and say, thank you, Mama.
Oh.
Today, the forest protects us all. And they're kind of carrying you, this tree. They're kind of carrying both Luca and Nettle in their cables. and they're getting up around the village. And what happens is you look and you see that worm. Remember, it's like when you're playing an old bad computer. Not old bad. It wasn't bad. It's just the way it was. Before we had full 3D computer games, they're kind of like those old 2.5D computer games. And no matter what angle you looked at an enemy from, you always saw the exact same face or whatever. It's just like that with this worm. So as you kind of move around, it's right there. And what's happening is that space itself is warped around the worm, around Agumur. As that's happening, Piper, what are you doing?
I mean, I just watched Lucius run into what's going to be a flaming inferno. I'm probably screaming after him. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
Don't worry, if this all goes bad, I'll just blame my mom.
I don't think either of you will be in any position to blame anybody of anything, but that's okay. We'll see.
And yeah, I'm going to, oh God, cast Bless
Ooh.
on Lucius.
All right.
Just help him from a distance.
From a distance. So you can roll cast a spell still at -1.
Still at -1. Because I can't really do anything about not stopping the blaze. That's a 6. That's a 6. I'm gonna use one more experience to make it a 7.
I love that mechanic. I didn't realize how great that mechanic is until now.
That's a great mechanic. It's a wonderful, wonderful mechanic. I'm so glad I failed so much last time.
All right, so this becomes a 7. So which of those do you... first of all, which of the pick ones do you take?
I'm going to take... draw unwanted attention because it also feeds into my drive, which is orthodoxy, which is cause trouble for myself or others by strictly adhering to my doctrine, which is helping people, and I'm trying to help Lucian.
Okay, that's great. So you're not inside the sanctuary. You've protected all those people, and they can't be seen, but you can.
I feel like when I saw Lucius going, I scrambled out of the sanctuary to just try and do something, and...
Oh, you wait. Are you...
God, what?
I'm looking at sanctuary. Are you leaving the perimeter?
Wait. No, not at all. I'm not. Nope. I regret.
You can still bless him. That's okay.
I'll still bless him. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still blessing him.
All right, but you still are putting yourself in a spot.
I am putting myself, and I in a spot.
Or drawing unwanted attention. Okay. All right. So what happens is, as you do that, you hear the voice of the planar worm echoing from the sky. And it says, "There is interference in the..." No, that's the tree. "There is interference in the pattern. We must..." Yeah, sorry, you know how it goes. "We must reestablish the portal." And you see the spawn, the swarm that's flying out of that portal starting to come even faster now. There's just more of them coming faster and thicker into your world. Luca and Nettle, you are now close to the village as you're being carried by the trees, and the trees are setting up kind of around the village. What do you do?
Okay.
Panic.
Okay, what
There's no move for that. You can just panic.
Do I see the big worm in the sky with
Oh
me?
yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
I'm gonna try something weird.
For a change?
I would expect nothing less from Nettle, thank you.
Nettle? How about this whole game?
This is Little Seed of Chaos. So I'm gonna take one of my arrows and I want to take it and kind of like line it up with the bark and see if my mom will take it and do something weird to it. Let it go. And then when I take it, I'm gonna pull out my arrow. And when I pull back,
You try to get your mom to kind of bless it?
yeah, something like that. Or
Okay.
maybe a virus, or I don't know, something. She does weird things sometimes. It's cool.
This is a clever plan. Why don't you defy danger with intelligence, first of all?
Defy danger with intelligence. I hope I have a good intelligence. That is 2d6.
Okay. Chances are still in your favor.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That's a 4.
So mark XP.
Oh god. Okay.
And while you're trying to figure out kind of how to get this arrow blessed by your ancestor tree, now we know why you've got the stick antlers. While you're trying to do this, I think what happens is you see some of those entropic swarms reaching some of the trees and fighting with them, and you see in some cases the trees kind of with their branches and leaves kind of engulfing the swarms, but in some cases you see some of the trees winking out of existence as they're taking casualties as well.
Oh no.
Luca, you're just panicking. Are you doing anything else?
I'm gonna try and I'm seeing all this happening where they're actually making contact, and I'm gonna try and like, as I'm observing this, I'm gonna try and think of a way to like give the trees an edge. Like, how can I help them do this better? I'm gonna try and figure that out from observation.
That is a discern realities, it sounds like. Yes?
Yeah. I'm gonna hope for the
That's
best.
2d6 plus wisdom while I look at Bard real quick.
Ooh boy. It's a 9. That's a 9.
That's a 9. So you can ask one of those questions. What happened here? What's about to happen? It sounds like what you're really asking, what here is useful or valuable to me? Or what should I be on the lookout for? One of those two.
I'm going to go with what's useful or valuable to me first. And because I'm a scholar, I'm then going to follow up with what's about to happen here.
Okay. By the way, did you realize you have a thing that every time you roll 6 minus, you get to ask a question from Discern Realities?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I keep forgetting to use it.
Okay. So, in this case, you're getting what here is useful or valuable to me. I think that you know that your arcane workings, because you have several, right?
I do.
You have, as I recall, you've got cacophony.
Yep.
Obviously, fascination. What are the other two that you have?
I picked lullaby and counterpoint. And unfortunately, I don't know that either are going to be.
I think you know. I think what happens is, what would be useful or valuable to you. I'll tell you two things. First of all, cacophony would work really well in this situation, assuming that you are able to pull it off. The other thing is, you need to just get based on what you saw before. The trees need to stop fighting and just anchor. Just anchor in. Just root into the ground and hold it there.
Okay.
So you can do either of those two things.
I'm gonna tell this. Rather, I'm going to very respectfully tell this ancient tree, that the anchoring is the important part.
But we are losing our families.
If you dig deep, they can't take any more.
And as you said that, you see more of them flickering out around you. Can you roll plus charisma?
Yes.
Nettle's crying.
Nettle, count that as aid. So roll it with advantage.
Okay. Okay, so that's
Just take-
4 plus
Yeah, just
1. It's 5. Oh.
But so you roll 3. You take the 2 highest and add your charisma.
Yes. And so that's 5 on its own. What does aid do for me?
Gives you That's what gives you the extra die,
Okay.
and you take this away. And you just use the 2 highest.
And I can only spend 1 XP per roll, right?
That's 5 before your. What did you roll?
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
But you get 1 more die.
Highest.
You should get another die.
The highest was a 1 and a 3. The other die was another 1.
Ooh.
How much experience are you allowed to spend per roll?
It doesn't say. It just. I mean, you can
If
spend
I-
1
if I
XP to
can,
add plus
I'll
1.
spend both of those and give myself a 7.
Okay, you absolutely can do that. As far as yes, for sure. Okay, the ancestor tree speaks. And says, what is the I have to give you a lesser success, a cost, or a consequence, and maybe a choice between them. I think, okay, so
Give me a consequence.
right. No, that's yeah. So the tree like wraps you up, like spins you up, and now you're just like totally like this, and it holds you, and they hold you up in front of them, and you can feel them kind of frustrated. They're not actually hurting you, but it's uncomfortable as tightly as you're being squeezed by this tree. And they say, "These losses will be remembered." And you hear the crack of wood around you as it's just staring into you. But also because some of the trees, yes, they're plunging themselves down into the ground and sitting there. Let's go back over now to Lucius. All right. I just heard my son go, "Oh!"
I think we all heard him.
Yeah, I'm like,
Maybe he saw a bug.
it's probably that. It's shower time. And he's 13. So the Lucius, what were you doing? Oh, that's right. You were running into the about to be inferno. And you are blessed right now, by the way, by Piper.
You have advantage.
You just have advantage.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
I mean, I guess the plan is to grab Lady Ophelia and get both of us out of there. But if that doesn't work, I guess throwing her into the sanctuary. Because I like to throw people, apparently.
The
Yeet,
master
Lady
of yeet.
Ophelia.
So yeet everyone to safety.
Yeet.
I mean, I do want to say that my drive is to suffer hardship so that another doesn't have to. So, you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You are jumping in to protect someone else. Can you roll plus con for defend? And I know you have additional choices available to you.
Actually, I can roll plus charisma instead.
Oh, that's right. Yes. And remember, you roll at advantage as long as you are standing and fighting, which you are definitely doing.
Yeah. 6 plus 4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Oh! So you have 3 readiness.
Yes.
What do you do? So okay, that's right. No, you have 3 readiness. So you've got those choices. um, you are either maybe you're drawing attention from your ward to yourself, or you are striking back, or you are blazing with righteousness or standing fast.
Let me see. Too many papers. I'm blazing with righteousness to make all demons and undead recoil from my presence.
I think
so
we
that,
determined
like,
that counts for these. I think we had
Yeah.
kind of earlier established that in the fiction.
especially considering that I am covered in sacred oil.
Oh yeah, that's right. And so
Uh,
so as you do that, the ones that were attacking Lady Ophelia, you see them kind of scatter back.
Yeah, as I approach, I am going to draw all attention to myself from my ward.
Oh yeah.
And,
Okay.
yeah. I don't.
Or you can still hang on to the last one for a minute
Yeah.
because it's it's a
I-
hold.
Can I yeet her?
She's pretty stout. She is a monastic robot who has ascended to a position of leadership over an order of cyborg paladins.
Yeah.
I think what you need to do, she wants to resist. She wants to stand and fight because that's what she does. How are you trying to? What are you telling her to convince her, or are you not even trying? You're just trying to throw her over.
I'll try to convince her. Actually.
Okay.
Lady Ophelia, you have to get out of here. Your life is more important. And I have this move called Windows into the Soul. When you peer into the eyes of another, roll plus quiz. And it's not really appropriate, actually. Never mind.
Oh, God.
It's like the questions are they lying or trying to deceive me? What are they really feeling? What sinful sway in their heart? That doesn't really apply here. I'll try to parlay. I'll try to tell them that they
All right.
are.
Let's roll plus charisma with advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. With advantage,
You're blessed.
right? That's a 6 plus 3 plus 2.
Then you got it.
Yep.
She puts her hand on your shoulder. She says, I can see the holiness blazing from within you. And from without you, truly, my son, you are blessed this day.
Lady Ophelia, thank you.
And she turns and you see her kind of scoop up a little robot dog in her arms. She's not just running away, she's like taking somebody with her, and she's hoofing it towards Piper. Because Piper's kind of at that sanctuary. And
Yeah, I think you get a small shot of Lucia's face, and he mouths the word "mom," but he doesn't say it out loud.
Oh, my heart.
How close is that fire?
yeah, I would say you see it.
Jimmy coming in.
Yeah, Jimmy's trying to destroy us all. Man, I thought that I was going to use the mom to twist the knife, and it turns out that no, it's the other way
Jimmy
around.
had a knife all along.
Yeah. Wow.
Something terrible when you're part of a family. I don't know how to end that.
Oh.
That didn't go well.
The fire is the blazing fuse is just about to the larger puddles of sacred oil and all of that. And we cut to
God.
we see as those trees, you all feel this rumble in the earth as the trees just set themselves down, these big, massive oaks and firs and cedars, and the ground shakes. And what happens is, I told you earlier that the worm looked the same from every angle, and that in every place around the actual entropic swarms, geometry was curved and twisted and wasn't right. You looked at it and it made you almost dizzy. And everything just snaps back to reality. All of those effects, yes, just disappear. And now you see way up above you this thin little earthworm swaying in the breeze as the forest has kind of put in this strong bubble, anchor bubble of keeping everything attached to reality. The entropic swarms are still there. They're just not warping space around them. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Can you defy danger with con?
Yeah.
To hold steady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have advantage or no?
You are blessed on this day, on this holy day.
You have advantage. I'm scared. I'm terrified.
That's either good or bad.
A 1, a 2.
Wait.
What's my
You've got hold. What does your hold grant you?
He can have the damage or effects.
So I have con 0. So 1, 1, 2. My total is a 3. And I do not have enough experience to.
Oh yeah. Well, and not just that, but also that you have your defend.
Yeah, my defend does. I do still have, but like that's only as long as I'm standing in defense of somebody else.
Oh.
And the person I was standing in defense of just yeeted away.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Where's my other dice? Oh, here it is. I need more dice.
No.
It's not something I usually say in Dungeon World.
Actually, I can spend their it doesn't say like what the specifics of how to spend readiness. Most of like the options say to do so for your ward or something.
Yeah, this one says when you take up a defensive stance. So you can choose, I would say, either to have the damage or effects or to stand your ground no matter what happens. It's up to you.
I'm going to stand fast holding your position despite what befalls you.
I'm stressed. I'm sweating.
It's a good story either way, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna make me cry.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. So awful, so good.
Probably okay. The village explodes in holy fire. And all of you see these burning white hot flames just it's not like a typical like a campfire like trickling. It's more like when something burns off and you have that immediate white hot flare, like when you're looking right at a roadside flare or whatever, and it flares with white hot holy angry wrath of your goddess. Hello. And as that happens, you see all of these swarms flicker out of existence as they are burned out of reality. And the worm itself, you see is directly over the center of the village, and the white flare goes up in the center, straight up to where that thing is hanging, and just burns it away. The storm dissipates. And as it comes back, you look, the village itself, the buildings are all embers. They are all cinders. And you don't see Lucius. You don't see a corpse. You just don't see Lucius. He's not there.
Am I still really high up in the tree?
I think you're being carried by the tree, yeah. What are the three of you do?
Nettle
I'm looking really, really hard for where I am.
gives her mom a hug and then unfurls her bat wings and does a swoop to try and go find him.
Okay. Luca, what are you doing?
I guess I'm kind of kicking my feet in my uncomfortable tree grip. 'Cause I want to go down there and like.
Use the clouds as flotation devices.
Oh my god.
I wish that's how that works. Maybe it is. I've never tried it.
Piper, what are you doing?
I think I finally walk numbly out of my sanctuary perimeter and just am slowly walking to where I last saw Lucius.
Lucius, can you just roll me 2d6?
Oh God. Oh no.
I'd
Four.
like it known that Luca is sobbing like a baby this entire time.
I got a 7.
Lucius, you are standing on a white infinite plane that extends forever in every direction. And as you look up, what you feel like up, it's just whiteness everywhere. And in front of you, you see a floating, bobbing, golden moat. Just like a glowing piece of light in front of you. And when it speaks, like the light kind of like vibrates in tune with what it's saying, right? Almost like a speaker, right? And it says, your name was Titania, right?
Titania Lucius.
Yeah. Titania Lucius. You have been sent here, but it is not yet your time. You may return on a condition.
What is it?
You must cast aside all of the technology within you and embrace your natural self. Be who you are without enhancement.
I don't know if I can. This is a part of who I am.
Then you will stay here.
I accept. I do not want to lose the connections that I have. And these pieces are a part of me, are the only connections I have to those around me.
So you have spoken, and so it shall be. And that moat expands into a glowing oval and moves forward and envelops you. The others of you never find anything remaining of Lucius.
No.
Lucius?
It's a kitty!
Lucius?
It is I. And you look up into the clouds and you see my son.
like God in the Monty Python.
You must kill
Speaking of clouds,
kill
though.
your uncle.
Speaking of clouds, though, Luca has only been this sad once prior in his life. And
Wait.
when he gets this sad, here's where the clouds come in. So, like, a fine rain starts to fall. And it just slowly moves in, real gentle like from somewhere, probably over the mountains. And it just settles in for a bit. And it might be here for a while.
As that happens, as this soft rain starts to fall, the tree gently lets go of you. But as you noted, you don't fall. You sort of levitate safely down to the ground as those clouds sustain you. Piper, what about you? What are you doing as we close this up?
I think I have reached where Lucius was at this point, and even though there's no trace of him,
There's not a burned body. There's just nothing.
Nope. It's just ashes, right?
It's just the ashes of the village. I mean, the village is destroyed. Let's be clear.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to like the last part where I've seen him, and I want to just dig a little hole in the ashes, just like get down and put my hand to the ground, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. It's I don't know, like I will roll for it, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
You trying to cure the earth? Is that the thing?
just saying like thank you for your sacrifice, and like we'll do better.
Okay. So yeah, let's. I have an idea. Let's roll your cast a spell.
Okay. Woohoo! It's an 11, even with -1.
Very good.
Damn.
Nice.
As you feel the warmth of your goddess envelop you, what you see, like there's a flare of light, and in that hole that you had dug, you see already a sapling starting to grow.
Yes.
Is it a metal sapling?
Sure.
Is it a titanium sapling?
It's a sapling with threads of titanium through it. And I think that's where we're going to end that.
Oh, I did have orders. As Luca's coming down, I think I would have floated down with him. And when we get to the bottom, I want to wrap my arms around him and say, "It's okay, Luca. He's still here. The trees never forget."
Yeah, well, neither do I. And he's gonna kind of crouch down and curl the hug around her too.
I take my wings and I wrap them.
The end.
Oh,
This
that
is.
was a good ending.
I didn't. Jimmy, I want to thank you. I really didn't know if you were going to take Death's bargain or not. So I appreciate that. I think that was very poetic. So this has been so much fun. This was I think I mentioned a palate cleanser, although maybe not the last 5 minutes.
I think so.
Hey, no, this still fits in with all the cartoons I watched as a kid. Gosh,
Like
there was
little
a moment
sad-
where you're just like, how could you do that? I'm only 12.
That's true. There's a lot of cartoons that you're like, that's heavy stuff.
There was a big fire. Now there's a little sapling in the ashes. I think it's
I think it works. Yeah.
very on brand with everything we've grown up with.
Right. And it's like a titanium tree, sort of.
Yeah.
So this has been fun. I hope y'all enjoyed Dungeon World. For those of you who are new to it, I know Jimmy wasn't new to Powered by the Apocalypse. I can't remember if you were new to Dungeon World specifically or not.
I was new to Dungeon World, not new to Powered by the Apocalypse.
Right, I remembered that because you've got some stuff that you've been working on, which is super cool. And I mean, let's be clear, we're not done playing together as friends. I've got two of you in an upcoming campaign, and there's more stuff coming on variant roles in the future that I hope that y'all will be part of. It's a community, so that is going to be that. Um, so we're going to do a quick wrap up. We're going to do the usual thing where we go around, tell us who you are, if there's anything that you want people to know about on the internet, and what your favorite moment was. And then we'll kind of wrap up with some of the variant roles kinds of things. While we still have them, just in case, fingers crossed, Forda, let's start with you.
Okay, so I'm Forda. I also go by Lex. On Instagram, which is LexArts with 2 X's, I have dropped my Smallgust drawings. They were so much fun.
Does Luca count as a dragon for Smogust?
I didn't draw him for it, but he could. Maybe
Fair.
next year.
Maybe
You have
next
to
year.
you have to draw him twice because he only counts as a half dragon.
Aww. That's Lex Arts
So-
with two X's.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, I
in
see.
in the near future, I think either on fanfiction.net or Archive of Our Own, we're, a friend of mine and we're doing, if you're into Digimon, we're doing some Digimon fanfiction. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I really hope that people like it. 'Cause I have been having so much fun writing it.
I'm so happy.
Incredible.
I think that's fantastic. Digimon fan fiction sounds like super, and I mean this clearly in the best possible way, super nerdy and therefore super great.
Yes!
Yes, very very
We're
cool.
mixing, like, Digimon and, like, some lore, certain Celtic mythology, certain Greek mythology. It's gonna be great!
That sounds awesome. What was your favorite moment today?
So my favorite moment was when Jimmy took the knife and said, "No, it's mine." You have destroyed me, and I'm just gonna have to have feels for the rest of the week.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna be going to go with my dog and my kids after this for sure. Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole. You can find me at Cole Moriel on Twitter. You should also be checking out Dadbod D&D because tomorrow they have a pretty exciting announcement. Some pretty big changes coming to the channel. And they also have their long-standing campaign. It switched from Friday nights to Wednesday nights. So that'll be airing tomorrow. And the whole cast is lovely. So you should at least pop in and say hi.
Awesome.
And I don't know what else I'm doing. I don't know. There's stuff going on.
There's
a
stuff
lot.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be around. You'll see me.
Understood.
Me or Metal again one day.
Right. I mean, I live at Variant Rolls, so it's fine. I get you. What was your
Yeah.
favorite moment tonight?
I like the titanium sapling.
That was
And I liked finding out about Luca's cloudy, the rain part.
indeed.
I'm also sad I didn't get to interact with Lucius before.
I mean, he yeeted himself out of there.
Yeah.
Yeeted his mom, yeeted Piper, and finally yeeted himself. A poetic ending.
Poetic.
If it's any consolation, he was the one that was carrying Nettle while Nettle was taking her nap.
Yeah.
You got lots of bonding.
Yeah. There was a lot of snuggle time there. Cuddly. Jesse, how about you?
Hi, I'm Jessie. You can find me at Chahoos the Moose on all the social medias, basically. You can also catch me on Variant Rolls, hopefully this Sunday at the Old Miss. And I feel like I'm doing a one-shot with Anders. Don't really know what time or date that is. But my favorite moment was Nettle and her mama. Nettle on her mama tree. Also, just Nettle and trees.
Right?
She's a forest imp. Of course she came from the forest.
I know, it's so good.
It made sense.
Got a
Yeah.
hug from the tree.
I love her. She's my favorite character that I've made.
It was pretty great. It was pretty great. Nettle was great. Jimmy, how about you?
Hey, I'm Jimmy. You can find me basically everywhere at Demon Bismuth. And I played the now. What's the turn of phrase? Not like long.
Defunct.
What?
The now defunct.
Now defunct. Sure, that works. The now
Now,
defunct.
deceased?
The deceased. Yeah, deceased Lucius. I hope I can get on more variant role streams. I'm not sure how my school schedule will line up with that, but here's hoping I come back.
I'm sure that will be a thing, your schedule permitting, but yeah.
Yeah, this has.
I'm sure we'll rope you in.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
We'll get you.
Look at you, my pretty.
I think my favorite moment this session was the getting you, Luca and Nettle getting swallowed by the tree, just sort of like warping miles away. That was, I don't know. That was very hilarious.
Just the visual of
And
that. You
distressing.
might see someone in that town like
I also love the frying pan.
Yes.
The frying
yes.
pan was pretty great.
Classic.
So, yeah,
For sure.
y'all, so much.
So, I'm Kyle. You can find me on most stuff as TechnoScald. I write a blog at technoscald.me on D&D and role-playing games and Power by the Apocalypse games and all of that. Just whatever, sounds interesting to me that's role-playing game relevant or adjacent at the time. Also, on this coming Sunday, we'll be wrapping up the current arc of Gothic Brunch. Gothic Brunch will come back. We just haven't figured out yet kind of when that will be and how it's going to look when we do that. But that will be Sunday at 11 Central. And then in a little less than 2 weeks, on my channel, TechnoScald here on Twitch, I'm going to have Jesse and Forda and a few other people playing Blades in the Dark with me. So that's going to be fun for a while. So
I was so excited to watch.
Very excited.
that's going to be Saturday nights at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And we're just going to kind of experiment with it and see where that goes. Jimmy, it's great. Like, never take that off.
Never.
The tiara is great.
So happy.
There will be opening up here. So a couple of things about variant roles. You can see Moobot in chat telling us about all the things that are going on. Thursday, there's a Haunted Whisper, and Val is going to be running. This is only last week was her first time GMing on stream, so she's running Monster of the Week short arc called A Bunch of American Werewolves in London. And let me tell you, they are serving looks on that stream, like
Just absolutely amazing.
it
I
is.
need to watch the VOD.
It is super amazing. Then Saturday, Invisible Sun, As the Suns Burn. Oh, I think there's going to be Monster of the Week Saturday as well. That Adam Pearson, who is in chat, is going to run some Monster of the Week for a few weeks. So that's going to be, I think it's a Wild Hunt themed thing, but it's with a twist. So definitely you want to see that. And then there's all this stuff going on. It's fantastic. Soon, we don't have a date yet, but soon we will have another community stream like we have done for previous big Wizards of the Coast storylines. So Descent into Avernus is going to have a big community stream project coming up soon. So watch out for that, because that's going to happen probably starting, if I had to guess, and I'm just guessing, probably in October, starting in October-ish, because the book drops September 17th, and then we have to figure out exactly what we're going to do. We've been making plans, but it's not quite there yet. So that's where all of that is. I think I've got everything. So thanks again to my 4 friends and players here. Some of you I knew already, some of you are new friends, but I hope to play with all of you again in the future, for sure. So
And thank you for running an amazing game.
thank you. This,
Yeah.
not gonna
Everyone for
lie,
running this.
tonight's session was my birthday present to myself. So
That's
Happy
right!
birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday.
thank
To
you.
Cthulhu Uncle!
Thank you. Val gave me that in Cthulhu
Cthulhu.
My daughter says it should be Cthuncle, but Val started calling me Cthuluncle, and it just stuck. I don't remember how that happened. But
I love it. It's my
anyway,
favorite.
you're all my sobrinos, my nibblings. So I think literally all of you are young enough to be my nibblings, so it's good. So I appreciate all of you. This has been so much fun for me. I do this because you entertain me. Like, it's not that the GM is entertaining the players. The GM is like the straight man in the comedy sense, right? We kind of set it up and y'all do all the fun things, and it's been great and it's been hilarious. So
We're just the circus monkeys to your ringleader.
so it's a collaborative thing. So thanks everybody, and we will catch y'all again in the future. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.